Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Nikki Duce, a.k.a. Y Sizzle, a.k.a. It's your boy. And this is No Disrespect.
What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy. Tell your baby I'm back in town. I'm low-key tired of that. I almost switched it up to live Shack West, I'ma die Shack West.
Bruh, T hates that song now because how much I've been saying it. Bro, I was telling you the other day, I was going to church, bro. This is the day before you showed it to me. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, you showed it to me. I'm like, bro, this song it's just all right. It's whatever. And then I just keep hearing, you know how it just it's
Something
like
in
that.
your head.
Like when Peter Griffin found that song off of Family Guy, like
The bird is the word.
Yeah, it just kept going, and I've been playing it heavy. And every time I have a conversation that ends for somehow I put that quote and everything I say. So she would get hella pissed at me. She's like, I hate that song. She's like, who the hell would name themselves Sheck West?
Start questioning everything about it.
I'm like, all right, I gotta chill out on that.
Hey, well, you know the turn up song. Anytime there's a drink in the vicinity, it can be a smoothie. I'm pumping that.
I should
live Shack West, I'ma die Shack West. Live Shack West. Start turning up, bro. Hey, franchise.
He next up. Well, he already up, so he just got to come through.
He might be here.
How was your weekend, bro?
It was all right, man. I'm laying low until my birthday this upcoming weekend. And I might even lay low for that. Look, I'm about to be 26. I think I'm low key over this shit, bro.
All right, tell everybody what's the day. What's the date?
The day is September 30th. I'm a Libra. My sign is a scale, and if it don't measure up, then somebody getting killed, flat out. And I weigh it well on my Libra scale.
All right. Obviously, you know he's a rapper, and he just made that up on the spot.
I got all Wayne quotes for Libra, so holla at me.
Oh yeah, that wasn't. Shout out to Wayne, bro. Don't even get me started on Wayne if you're gonna bring it up.
The Carter 5 coming, bro. The Carter 5. I heard it's coming out on his birthday, the 29th, the day before mine. So,
bro, the Carter 5
I'll
is
be
not.
there.
It's not coming at all. He's faked this out so many times. I'm as much of a Wayne fan as I was, bro. He's like the Brett Favre of the hip hop right now. He keep on coming in and out of retirement. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Are you checking for him though? Like when he makes these fake release dates, at least.
I treat Wayne's music like I'm a fan of the Bengals. I'll always check for it, but I have little hope in it.
I'll turn the game on while it's loading, while the stream's loading. I just know we're down.
Yeah, I was to be honest, I was excited when that September 21st date was like rumored to be happening, and it looked like it was actually something was gonna drop.
Cover art was out and everything.
But now it's just like, I will say this for somebody who isn't relevant as far as like the hottest dude right now. He's always been relevant as far as like people still wanting to hear from him and see how he's doing.
Right.
I was listening to a few podcasts. Shout out to the Run the Tape podcast and the He-Man Women Haters Club podcast. I was listening to their collaboration episode, and they were talking about when like what hip hop artist has or hasn't disappointed you, and like they brought up Wayne, and I'm like, for as much as he's gone through in his career, bro, like. He has been the most experimental out. Like people give Kanye the most like credit for being experimental, but his career was very experimental.
It was
experimental, and he's still successful as far as still having those like getting new fans, still having the same old fans. Like his concerts must be crazy as far as the demographic. Like you have probably the most outlandish hood niggas, and then you just have like skater dudes. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, he really went out the box when he got into his little rager mentality. We started doing a rock album. He started skateboarding.
I like way kind of like the rock.
What, Rebirth?
Album. Yeah, Rebirth was like,
come on.
Hey, bro,
what's your favorite song on Rebirth?
What was the song?
You don't probably remember one title of one song.
I remember the song. It was like, you know you got a problem. It was one of them. I forgot what was that song.
Was that one song? I picked the world up and I'ma drop it on your fucking head. That shit.
That was on there too.
That was alright. Him and Eminem. Speaking of Eminem.
I was about to say, well, I thought you was talking about you was hungry, you wanted some candy. Bruh. All right, go ahead. What about Eminem?
Eminem, he's back to relevancy. But it of course.
He's always been relevant. I won't diss him like that. I don't really care for him, but he's
always been relevant.
Every time he drops an album, he makes there's headway, there's headlines. People are anticipating it.
Okay.
So he's relevant.
Fair enough. I would say he has just a cult following. He'll always have that. But I don't know if that's relevancy, though. I mean, shit.
All right, so obviously, you trying to bring up the whole fact that MGK made him relevant again?
Yeah. Basically, once again, an older artist is poking a younger artist who's on the come up. maybe even on their heels, maybe even in their lane, and getting a little bit of clout from it. I don't want to consider Eminem a clout chaser, though, but a couple of his tactics as of lately, the BET freestyle, this beef with MGK, I can see it as some clout chasing shit.
Are you surprised it's coming from Eminem?
This beef?
No, I mean like all right. So walk me down the line, because you bringing up a big argument as far as clout, legendary rappers clout chasing, and you saying that he's not the only one, and you're giving examples as far as that BT freestyle where he was dissing Donald Trump, basically the whole freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Him coming at the younger generation, everybody's dissing the Lils and all that stuff, purple hair and all that, and now he's coming for other white rappers.
Yeah, I mean, he came for a lot of heads, did he not? He dropped a diss track. I wouldn't call it a track. I'll just say it was a track where he kind of spit a bunch of names out, kind of similar to Kendrick did on Control.
I won't say that. That's disrespectful to Control, because Control, it was more about, he was shouting them out. He wasn't coming at them. Right.
That's why I say it was similar, but it wasn't the same. It was similar in the effect of he hit a whole bunch of names. He said a whole bunch of names that their fan bases of those artists were at least going to tune in or at least take notice, similar to what Kendrick did. Now, Kendrick more than likely was already going to get those looks, but nonetheless, he called out a few people. It was more of a friendly banter, though. He called out people more so on his level that I feel like he felt he was even or compared with, whereas Eminem, he was coming at people who might not even be at his level, may be coming for a spot. I don't know. It just felt like he was looking for some attention when I heard that track, and I didn't even play it back.
I have not listened to it at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not listened to a single second of any of this.
What? Okay, did you hear his album?
I heard like one record and I cut it off.
Well, you don't say he's relevant then.
No, I was,
because I feel like you're one of many.
I said it early on the show. Like I said, I personally don't care for him, but I know he's like, it's
you
just
don't
like,
care for Eminem in general.
It's just like Grey's Anatomy. I know it's popular. I know it's out there. I know it has a fan base, but I give no cares about it.
I tried Grey's Anatomy once, so I was watching up until they kicked the black dude off, the black surgeon. I wasn't about to stick around for them to bring another one on.
Hey, shout out to Isaiah Washington. I think that's his name. Hey, he had a good role in Survivor's Remorse. I'll say that.
Was he in Survivor's Remorse?
You ain't get to that point yet.
Oh, okay. Bro, you always spoiling some
bro,
shit.
You don't even know what he's doing in this. I'm just
saying, you always spoiling it. He's probably gonna appear out on some epic shit.
Spoiler: Sam Jackson is in Captain Marvel. Okay, just the fact that he's in there don't mean you're spoiling the whole movie.
It's not just Sam Jackson. It's young Sam Jackson with hair. So don't ever get it mistaken.
Nonetheless, back to my main point. I don't personally care for Eminem. But I will.
Have you ever?
I was going to say, I will say early on, one of the first two CDs I bought, when I say CDs I bought, I mean I bought it from a hobo outside of a bodega. It was 50.
You was talking to hobos that far back?
Hey, he had 2 for $10. I got
2 for 10.
I had Eminem's Encore, and then I had, I think, Get Rich or Die Trying. I got both of them. Hey, I was rocking as a young little 10, 11-year-old. But no, I was a fan back then. Obviously his first few albums, I grew up in it, so I heard it on the radio, and I was, in tune with that. But as I got older, my taste changed. That's when as a hip hop fan, as you get older, your taste does change and develop. You start getting into the superficial stuff, and then you start dumpster diving into other things, and you find different pockets. As when I was going through that journey, that's when Eminem was on the bus, and I was on some other shit. I was flying away. And since then, I haven't turned back because he hasn't done anything that has made me want to turn back, in my opinion. Like, his content isn't really that interesting. His delivery and flow doesn't really appeal to my ears as far as how I like to listen to music. And I just feel like other people are doing what he does better than him. Artistry wise, maybe not like legit, like bar for bar rapping wise.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's where everybody gives him most of his credit, because bar for bar, when that stage is set, like if it'll be some acapella shit, some freestyle shit, he really showcases what he can do. Like, he definitely has proven himself as an artist, as a hip hop artist, as a rapper that belongs in this discussion as one of the best to do it. But like you said, nowadays, we look for a little bit more than just that skill. We look for the artistry behind it, the whole package. Like, what are you appealing to in me? And Eminem does very little of that.
I don't say, even to break it down simply, he don't make good songs. Like, that's all it is. Like, he can rap, but he just don't make good songs. Like, in 2018, I'm not checking for an Eminem record.
Well, I mean, that's very subjective because good songs, we was just singing a Sheck West song. And we would probably say, would you say Sheck West, Live Sheck West, Die Sheck West is a good song?
Okay, that's the best argument you ever made on this whole podcast in general. Because I agree with that. You're right. It is subjective. But even to the masses, bro, like, I have never heard from nobody that, like, anybody come up to you like, hey, bro, you heard that new Eminem record? Like, it's popping in the club. We're like, hey, bro, you heard that new Eminem? Like, nobody's pulling the I-score to bumping Eminem besides, white kids who are off on Xanax going to Columbia University. Like, it's just not going down.
Well, I think his last hit, what was his last hit with Rihanna? I think all of his hits.
Nah, it's with some white bitch or some Caribbean woman. So it's either with Rihanna or Skylar Grey. So that's all it is. Or Pink.
Okay, well then let's bring into the fold this other player who's the main player because he's the only one who dissed Eminem back.
And that's how that shows you how much people care about him. Like, MGK was the only one who came up to
people
him,
looked at that, it was M. But then again, that could be a fear factor. You feel me? There's a lot of artists who I think personally are scared to go at M because of what he can do lyrically. And once it comes to diss tracks back and forth, fuck the artistry. Throw that out the window. Bar for bar, what is you saying about this nigga? What is you saying? What is you really doing on the track? And Eminem, like I said, one of the best to do it. That makes people nervous.
I disagree. I think it's just more about everything is, like, if you look at how the landscape is, especially with the social media era, you have to be strategic on everything you do when it comes to being in music and how you be a successful artist in music. So let's case in point, beefs. Beefs can actually help or hurt your career. Now, the way you calculate on if you're going to go into it is what are you trying to get out of it? Obviously, for MGK, he's trying to get noticed. Like, he's like, I can't even remember the last good MGK record. What was that? Wild Boy with Flocka? Like, I mean, he might have had another record here like a few years ago, but nonetheless, like, he's like a hit and miss type of dude. So what relevancy can he create for himself that will get him like the streaming numbers and like the platform that he wants to be on? So obviously he going into the beef makes sense. For Eminem, it's just like, what do you gain out of this by going against MGK? Like, off rip, you already know he's the better rapper. He has the better catalog. He's a legend. He has Grammys. He has everything that MGK wants. Eminem already has 10 times over. So
why even enter this arena?
Exactly.
Oof, that's a good question. I think it's more so for the simple fact that, and this is my hot take, I think Eminem saw a white rapper who had a bigger mouth than he did when he was younger, and so he's like, hold on, bro, I can't have anybody, stepping near my legacy. I need to address this. Now, MGK, on the other hand, when you're talking about he has to assess, he was assessing what, before he went into this, assess what it's going to do for him, how's it going to help him, or could it hurt him? I don't think he thought about that. I think MGK is one of those artists who he heard some motherfucker talking shit about him. So he went back at him.
I disagree.
You thinking he's more calculated than when he is, or he'd be more calculated with his career in general, which I don't think he is.
He's still here though. I mean, he like as much as I was claimed, like,
I mean, Jay Electronica's still here, but
yeah, but at the end of the day, when Jay Electronica drops a record, people listen. At the end of the day,
did you listen to it?
What?
He just dropped the EP.
Who, Jay Electronica?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Oh, it was exclusive to Tidal though.
Oh, okay, that's why I haven't heard it.
I'm just saying.
Shout out to Tidal. We support black business, but they got to give up. I'm still using my student discount for Apple Music, so until they get that, I'm cool.
Nigga, you ain't pro-black then. Don't say that shit.
But no, what I'm saying is, like, MGK, obviously, he has to have some type of smarts. He has to have, like you said, a cult following, some type of fan base for him to still be relevant enough for Eminem to be on Eminem's radar. My thing is, I don't think he's like a mastermind like Drake, but I'm not gonna just brush under the rug that he's coming out because for his pride, for his for how he carries himself. It's like, nah, bro, he sees it as an opportunity. Anybody would see this as an opportunity. If Eminem dissed you right now, you would come back with some bars. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't?
No, because nobody else did.
Nobody else cares. And second of all,
people care,
no.
bro.
And who did Eminem call out? Really, he didn't call out anybody with lyrical ability to counter, that would show a good defense. Like, he called out everybody who we know is SoundCloud rap, druggy rap, vibe rap. No disrespect to those categories, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like what Eminem does, so he can easily beat him. If you're trying to to fight somebody or trying to have beef with somebody or trying to just even have an argument with somebody, you want to bring the worst thing that opponent can do is come on your turf, come on your like it's home field advantage, bro. If you're talking about bars and you're trying to get in a lyrical battle with Eminem, it's only like 3 dudes that can do that.
Right, and that's why I don't think many people responded. But I'll run down the list of everybody who he dissed. Machine Gun Kelly, obviously, MGK, Drake and Chance the Rapper, Joe Budden and DJ Academics, who's not dissing Academics right now, Lil Pump and Lil Xan, deservingly, Lil Yachty, D12,
Like, look at the list, bro.
Migos. I mean,
he reaching. Like, you could that whole list is a reach bag to me. That doesn't mean anything. That's a wonder ball of rappers where you're just picking out just random rappers. Just
he came out Drake and Chance. I feel like Chance wasn't going to ever respond to that shit, but I would at least expect someone like Drake to respond. You know, he's been with all the smoke lately.
No, first of all, the last time he had smoke, he coughed. He called the fire department, and they came in and saved his ass. Who? Bruh, it's Pusha T. Last
time he was in a beef, he revived the artist's career.
Okay, revived. So
Pusha T's.
No, he did not. All right, why? Okay, this is not a Pusha T Drake conversation.
It's not, but I'm just saying. He revived his career.
You're trying to. No, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying, like, the people he called out, bro, is like anytime any hip hop artist is gonna call out Drake, any hip hop art. Now calling out Chance, that was random because I don't know why the fuck you calling out Chance. Like,
Chance is he's the people's artist. What did he do wrong?
Exactly. So it doesn't make any sense.
Except for not come out with anything.
He coming out with something with Kanye. He got Kanye back in Chicago,
Nigga,
bro.
Him working with Kanye is just gonna be another sloppy project that could have been better. But I'm just saying it's still gonna be good. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be at a level that we're all gonna be grateful for. I'm just saying when you think of Chance the Rapper and Kanye together on an album, you think of something similar to like what you was thinking with Kid Cudi and Kanye, Pusha T and Kanye, like Nas and Kanye.
Kid Cudi.
You thought these things was gonna be much better than what they actually played out because Kanye is a sloppy motherfucker with other people's shit.
That Kanye Cudi album is fire. It's underrated.
It is underrated, and you just like Kids See Ghosts.
That Nas album is underrated. Well, not underrated. It's not as bad as people say it is.
I'll say this: it should be rated, and it's not.
All right,
so we should at least take the time to rate that album.
All right, I'm not here to diss black artists. I'm here to diss Eminem. All right, everybody he called out, bro. He was reaching, bro. He right now in his career, bro. If the fact that Joe Budden can be in his beater and on his couch with 2 of his friends, and him being into a discourse with Eminem, and Eminem respond on the album, bro, it that shows you where how far Eminem has fallen, where he's yelling at a guy who's just doing a podcast on his couch. Like it doesn't make any sense, bro. It shows that he is bored. It shows that he has no creativity. It shows that the game has passed him already. I'm just keeping it as as much as he's a legend, bro. This whole game is all about what have you done for me lately. And as far as lately, bro, I have not been inspired by him. I have not been checking for him. I have not heard anything that is like not even game changing, just a great hip hop album. Like I haven't.
Well, I'll tell you this: that diss record that he put out on MGK, it was the #1 viewed hip hop song in YouTube history.
Is that supposed to be like? Are you supposed to drop like a flex bomb or
something? Something, maybe a firework or
that doesn't mean anything to me because I feel like next month a cat peeing on a piece of cotton is going to be the next
that record
video.
Isn't broken often.
No, but that record will be broken by something stupid. It's not like a hip hop record. It's just a record of.
Well, they put it in the class of hip hop song. So a cat pissing, unless it's to a motherfucking Shaq West song, it's not gonna get them views.
I'm just saying that's a meaningless record to me because it's not substantial. It don't mean nothing. Like
why? Why you gonna downplay that?
What does that mean to you? What does that record mean to you? As far as him breaking
as
far as him breaking that YouTube record, what does that mean to you?
I was upset. I was upset because I feel like we're a black podcast, right?
Bruh, it's hard. I say it every day, even when I'm not recording.
I don't like. I don't like when artists like Eminem, who have a lot of fame now, mind you, his career was great up to this point. But he's fizzling out and clout chasing, like I mentioned. And so when he gets this type of notoriety for something such as white on white crime, it pisses me off that he's getting that notoriety. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
There's nobody really big beefing like that outside of Nicki and Cardi. I mean, Drake and Meek made up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Drake and Pusha T can't beef no more because otherwise,
Kanye gonna make a series of Instagram videos complaining about it.
It's like, what is there to talk about? Like, we just trying to get through the motions. When was the last time we really seen two white rappers go at it, if ever?
Shit.
I mean, I think Vanilla Ice had beef with somebody.
I was about to say some Channing Tatum movie had happened in.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why another reason why I just think that don't nobody care about this. Nobody really cares.
Russ and G-Easy.
Okay,
that was the last one.
No one.
MGK and G-Easy.
Russ is what is Russ? I thought he was Lebanese.
I thought he has long flowing hair. He's white.
Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna say something else like hillbilly.
He's a hillside man. But nah. As far as beefs go in hip hop, and we're gonna narrow it even more. White artists. This is the biggest thing happening for him right now.
And that says a lot because that means that nobody cares. You have to get literally the best.
Is that what we're chalking it up to? No one gives a fuck.
No one cares. This is not gonna change anything.
Okay, we're gonna give it that label. This might be a segment. Do we give a fuck? Was one controversial topic of do we care or not? It might have turned our heads, but didn't turn our cheeks. I can make a better analogy for that, but like I was alluding to though, Kanye might have to step out from the screen and actually speak to some people. I know he's seeing, I know he's into counseling. I think he's off his meds. He's moving back to Chicago from what I heard. His wife's not moving with him. Neither are the kids. I think that's going to do worse for him. I think he's going to be by him, a little bit more lonely or a little bit more isolated from people who genuinely care about him rather than motherfuckers who want to see him put out better music and more consistent and finish it and not on the way to the listening party finishing the shit. But, yeah, he's gone off the Richter now. He's calling out motherfuckers for calling out his wife when his wife made herself a target to get where she's at. Her platform is to be a target, is it not? Yet he's complaining about it. Kanye, I'm sick of your ass, man.
Bruh, hold on. First of all, it's funny that you say that. The fact that him going back to Chicago without Kim K is gonna be to his detriment, because that's what black people been trying to get Kanye to do for the last 10 to 15 years is just go back to Chicago and leave that girl alone. Now, saying that, I will say this, bro. That's his wife, bro. So at this point in time, he's married to her. As far as in my head, when you marry somebody, you care for them, you'll die for them. So when anybody says anything about,
will you move for them?
I'm gonna say if anybody says anything about your wife, bro, you're gonna take that seriously. You're gonna try to check somebody quick. So I'm trying to play both sides. As far as I understand why he defended her, but like you mentioned, bro, at the same time, when you marry somebody who's known for what she's known for, that stuff is gonna come through. Like that stuff is just gonna, like, you're just gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to deal with some chatter. So I don't really say that what he did was wrong, or even if I care.
I can respect that. But I quote, I'm a sick fuck. I'm inappropriate. I like hearing stories. I like that hoe shit. I want to hear mo shit. I like that hoe shit. Send some mo shit, you trifling hoe bitch. He asked for this shit, did he not?
Hey, bro.
His wife's a fucking hoe, and he loves it.
Was that
His wife's a fucking hoe, and he loves it.
Was that from that? Was that his verse?
Yeah.
Wow, Kanye has fallen like an angel from heaven.
Nah, people was hearing that. I was like, Kanye spazzed on that Lil Pump song.
Bro, when you hear stuff a cappella compared to when it's with the beat and all that orchestra,
it's never gonna be good.
No,
it's never gonna be
like
good.
If I promise, if we listen to Shake West without the beat, bro,
I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare, bro.
But what I don't understand is why do we all assume that Drake has something on Kim K? Like, oh, this is rumors.
Bro, here's how it is, bro. I was thinking of a reason, like, why is he, like, Drake didn't even confirm it or something, but it's like this, like, saying you in the room with your girl and then another nigga, and you ask the nigga, like, did you fuck? And he's like, huh? That's basically what Drake is doing.
No, it's not.
Drake is basically playing it off like he ain't even hear the shit. Like, huh? What you say? As matter of fact, hold that thought. I'll be right back. And never came back. Like he's leaving it open for questioning, open for interpretation. He's even said shit in verses that have insinuated.
What shit has he said, bro?
Bruh. And I quote. Sorry, no, hold on. Let me get.
You ain't even got. You just speaking out your ass.
No. I'm about to pull it up.
And while you pulling it up, I'm just gonna say this. You said that he's saying stuff or he's like basically leaving it up for the public to to consume or to like calculate what he's trying to say. Like he hasn't said anything. Like this is a rumor that he has something on Kim K. He said he has something on like Good Music or Kanye himself that will shatter everything. That's what that whole diss record was supposed to be about. But we don't know if it had anything to do with Kim K. And because in my mind, what don't we know about Kim K already that would potentially quote unquote ruin her and him? Like it just nothing. If she came out on a sex tape. Outside, what did she kill a baby?
But like, in her time, at the time, that was fine for her.
No, it wasn't. It was headlines. That's the reason why she famous.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That was fine for her. Like that was good for her.
She the only one flipping sex tapes,
bruh.
Who else can flip a sex tape?
Bro, that sex tape was edited. That sex tape was a film.
I understand.
That was an adult tape.
I understand that, but I'm saying,
IMDb.
How many sex tapes have we seen in our lifetime, bro? Or even in the last 5 years that haven't been flipped? Like Mimi tried that on Love and Hip Hop. It did not work, bro. Like Kim K did it. So it's just like for me, it's like. What angle is that coming from? And it's a rumor, so it's not true. So I don't know why Drake is in there. Now Nick Cannon, he was on Everyday Struggle, just with academics, and they was like they had like a motherfucking Minority Report. They had a board laid out, and they was trying to figure out the lines and shit like that. It looked like a scene from True Detective. Like I don't think Nick Cannon was doing anything wrong besides commentating. I just think
what did Nick Cannon say?
He didn't say anything. He was just saying like it has to be like he either has smashed Kim K or he got something on Kim K.
Oh, and that's what. Okay, so they asked him about Drake and Kanye, and that's what Nick Cannon said.
Yeah, that's what Nick Cannon's doing. What we did, he was just like vocaling what he think is going on, and obviously because it's not me and you, it's Nick Cannon. It's gonna get headlines too. So that's why Kanye is addressing them. Now the Tyson, whatever dude, the supermodel dude, the dark skinned dude who get a lot of females. I don't know what the hell this nigga got to do with it, and to be honest, I don't care either.
It's Beckford.
I don't know what
Tyson Beckford. Okay.
Shout out to him though. He getting his money.
Here's the quote that Drake said, and this was in a freestyle that he did in England. Yeah. So it's quick too. He said,
"Say it in the tone he said it, right?"
He said, "I know so much that I cannot expose." I keep it inside and I laugh on my own. I don't know woes, I don't know yours. But nah, he said, I know so much shit that I cannot expose. I keep it inside and I laugh on my own. I got all the tea and I'm hotting it up. I need a shade mansion, a room's not enough. You dropping some shit, but that shit was a bust. This was all around the time Kanye was dropping them shits, dropping the Tates.
They wasn't a bust though, because some of them went number one and some of them was the top three. Like, I won't say that's a bust.
I mean, compared to his album, they were busts.
Compared to anybody, he sold more than anybody.
Okay, well, shit.
Okay, so then
I mean, facts nonetheless.
So is Travis Scott
just with the rest of
is
them.
Travis Scott album a bust because compared to Drake's, it didn't sell that much?
No. Travis is sold at least.
It didn't sell as much as Drake's, bro.
I know. I'm saying it sold at least in the same realm. It sold more than half as much as Drake.
He did like a billion streams, bro.
Bruh, I'm talking about the equivalent album sales.
That's what they equate to album sales.
It wasn't no billion.
No,
he didn't even get a million in the first week.
I'm not saying a bill. I'm just saying those streams equate to album sales.
They do. It's like 10 or 100 or 1.
Nonetheless, he didn't flop, so I don't agree with Drake on that. But I do find it interesting that Kanye didn't he apologize to Drake, and then next week he's coming at Drake. It's just it's something.
Kanye was like, I already told you, bro. I ain't tell Push that shit. Nigga, you're lying.
Who cares?
You're lying,
did, bro. Like, doesn't
because this nigga's talking about this shit doesn't sit right with my soul. Nigga, you doing foul shit for your soul. That's why you got two wolves, an evil and a good wolf. Which one's gonna get bigger? The one you feed. He's been feeding the evil wolf all year. He's been in a sunken place. He's barely crawled out of it enough time to finish these other people's albums that was on his label. Now he contributed to a beef on his beat. And he's apologized for it, et cetera, et cetera. But now he's talking about, like, don't come at my wife, da da da. Nigga, you was asking for this smoke. You set yourself up. You played yourself. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself.
Damn, why you hot? That's what I'm saying. Why you hot? I really don't care. I just find it interesting as far as like how the people. My perspective always is coming from the fan perspective, the outside looking in, obviously. So I don't really get tied to what he said, she said, they said. It's more about how we react, and like the fact that people find this shit interesting baffles me, because it's like, bruh, nothing good is like nothing positive or nothing that'll help any of us is coming out of this. Like, we're not getting no good music, we're not getting no diss records, we're not getting shit. Is Tyson even doing a runway?
That's the state of hip hop, bro. After an interaction like this, shit. Kanye should be coming out with some fire. If this was the hip hop that we know and love, Kanye should be coming out with some fire. Drake should be coming out with some fire. Fuck, Nick Cannon should be coming out with some heat.
Hey, low key, Nick Cannon got 2 hits. Lowest of keys, bro. Gigolo.
Oh my God. If we're taking it that far back, yeah, he does.
And granted, it was because of R. Kelly.
He's had better bars in his Wild Style segments on his show than he has on any of his tracks.
Hey, but Gigolo's still right. Even though we all, pretend that we don't listen to R. Kelly no more. But yeah, that record is still fire.
I'll admit it. I accepted his apology. I accepted R. Kelly's apology.
Hell no. No. Just because we listen, I can separate the man from the music. What he is as a man is a piece of shit, but as the music is still fire.
I wish the artists could separate themselves from the music and just make good ass music despite what the fuck they're going through in their personal lives. I wish. You
know what I also or what entity I wish would separate the man from actual, like, the job, the work?
What?
Is the NFL.
You've been asking for this, bro. You just don't give a. You pro-black, but you want us to dead any conversation about protests during football.
All right, so obviously Cap, he got that Nike deal and stuff, and it's been talked about to death. Why does this man not have a job?
I would
like,
say
what is and when I ask that, I'm not asking like rhetorical. I'm asking like legit. Like, what's the reasons why he doesn't have a job? What
like if you're a GM,
yes,
and you're looking at Cap, and you need maybe a quarterback,
yeah. Why are you not picking him?
Why are you not picking Cap? Because it's a white man's boy club, and he's bringing a lot of flack towards one of the biggest white institutions in the nation, which is.
But NFL is like 77% black. But you talking about the owners are 100% white.
I'm talking about on the field, Kaepernick. When you're on, like you said, it is a majority black, but those players represent the organization in a better light than Cap was trying to do. Cap was he was marching to his own drum, which is admirable, and I wish more players would be like that. Obviously, you don't. You want him to fall in line. You shut up and run.
No. I didn't say that.
Shut up and toss.
My thing is, like, I've always said that Cap should have a job in the NFL. He's a competent quarterback. He should at least be a back. At least at worst case scenario, he's a backup. Best case scenario, he's a starter, and he can start on a lot of teams right now. Particularly the 49ers, since Jimmy G did some dumb shit. So I think that it'll be so.
Jimmy G was playing hard, bro.
Bro, Jimmy G, the hard thing, all right, I ain't gonna go with that joke. It was gonna obviously involve the porn star. But but nah, Jimmy G ain't shit. I've been wanting to say that for the longest, bro. He ain't shit, bro. They overpaid
I've never
his
believed
ass.
in Jimmy G.
Bro, they overpaid his ass, bro, just because he white and he looked good from the neck up, bro. That's why they gave him that money, bro.
He looks like the dad from the Powerpuff Girls from the neck up.
He do. Professor X.
Yeah.
He looked at all. Nah, but I'm just saying, like, with the goatee. Remember that episode where he was drunk and shit, and he ain't want to do the professor shit no more. That's what he looked like. Nah, but I've always advocated for Cap to be in the NFL. My thing is, I don't the whole protest was just my whole problem was with the protest itself. It was sloppy. It was sloppily done. Like, everybody wasn't on one accord. It could have been a lot stronger than it was. Nonetheless, the message got out. He's been doing a lot of shit for the community, so I tip my hat to Cap.
Yeah, I think he's made so much headway, it's ridiculous. Like, think of where it started. He just was kneeling on the field, and barely anybody talking about it at first. Barely anybody noticed at first. Now it is a international commercial for one of the biggest brands in sports.
Okay, so with that being said, so we're now like almost coming up, 2 years since he did, or like at least over a year.
I've lost track of time. I'm going to be honest.
What do you think anything has changed? because of that commercial.
Has changed as far as police brutality, like the main message.
The last time you saw a cop, did you want to?
Yeah. I think something's definitely changed. Now, at least we have owners speaking about it, like in the NFL. We have a Nike commercial about the shit.
Is that about it?
Are you talking about laws and shit that we can actually?
I'm just asking, like,
put on a metric.
Everything he sacrificed, because you got that famous quote.
It's awareness, bro. When does awareness ever really like make those quantified changes?
And that's the part of the conversation I want to get into, because everybody has been talking about this situation to death, to me, from like the superficial outside layer. But like, let's get in deep with it, just for a quick second. Do you really see anything changing as far as how the NFL does business, or even just how the police have been trying to either build bridges or build relationships with the community? Because we coming up on the midterm. Midterm is already here. So a lot of these motherfuckers who's been in the office, like Republicans and all that shit, because they running everything right now, these motherfuckers could lose their seat. So for those who listening who are voting in like Georgia or anywhere in America right now, midterm elections coming up. We had another episode earlier talking about this, but again, like, y'all need to go out there and vote if y'all really want to talk shit. Because to me, you can't talk shit unless you actually trying to do something. So with everything that Cap has done and with everything that's been going on politically, like, do you really see any change either coming or has already started to happen?
Well, if we're gonna dig that deep, let's go all the way.
I ain't trying to go all the way because I'm not an expert. I'm just.
I know. I'm just saying.
A nigga with CNN. That's all I am.
I'm not even that. All right, TMZ here. But no, I would say that is the scope of what Kaepernick was talking about was the police brutality. But honestly, I think it was about the systematic oppression that black people face in America. And so when you speak about it from that perspective, what Kaepernick is doing is he's putting his career, he put his career on the line, he's put his reputation on the line. And honestly, I know he was I think he even mentioned he was getting death threats and stuff like that. So his well-being on the line for something that's greater. And when you do things like this, it's not even about what you're going to change now. This isn't going to be shit that we're going to be able to talk about in the next couple of years. It's going to be decades down the line when these kids are coming up and they saw somebody who stood for that. And now it gives them that thought process where they don't have to just fall in line. They don't have to just shut up and dribble. They don't have to just stand for the anthem if it's not if the flag doesn't represent what they were promised, and what they're naturally given, which is to pursue happiness and have equal chances in this country at least. So he's making waves, but it takes a long time for the wave to get from the middle of the ocean to the shore, and that's where it's working. It's working its way there to finally affect and hit us. But it's not going to do that for a while. So that's what I think it's going to change.
Well, for me, everything you just said was a very politically correct answer. My main thing is, like, outside, the most I've seen, all right, basically from what I've seen so far is that the niggas are buying more Nikes than they usually have because of this.
Hey, some niggas might buy stock in Nike instead of just Nike.
And two, the only change that people really wanted to see was him back in the NFL. That's what I see. And I'm not talking about him. I'm just talking about the supporters. It's just like those are the two things that I've seen that have come from this. Is that niggas still want him to be in the NFL, and I'm one of them. But for different reasons. I'm not really. Him being in the NFL doesn't help with police brutality. His message does. My thing is, like, I'm setting the clock right now. So this conversation is happening today, towards the end of September. By this time next year, like, I want to see it has to be some change. Like, with these elections, like, voting matters. Doing, like, even if you don't want to vote, just do something positive in your community. Like, that matters to me way more than this nigga throwing a football. Like, for real. Like, if at the end of the day. So I really hope that everything that's going on and everything that he brought up about has change is gonna come with that.
That's the only thing it can do. If he's not gonna be the one to bring about the change, like Tupac said, he's got to be the one to spark the mind that's gonna bring about the change. And I think a lot of people kind of share the same mind state you do about it, as far as, like, we just want to see him on a team type shit. Like, that's what a lot of people boil it down to. Like, I just want to see him on a team. Like, I want to see Cap play again after all he's done. That's why there's a couple teams interested in him, I think, because they realize that if they just fix that problem, maybe this all will blow over.
What if he come back and he dumb shitty?
So what if he come back?
What if he just like?
What if he come back and say fuck Neil and just lay down?
What if he plank? What if you bring that back? Nah, but nah. Shout out to Cap.
Yeah, shout out. No Cap. Cap is probably no Cap. Cap probably one of the better quarterbacks out on the free agency right now.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, that's not saying much, but
It's not. But there's a place for him. So I hope he finds a place, and then I hope he finds a team by the end of the season, and I hope he wins his collusion case.
I give two shits about either one of those at the end of the day, to be honest. I care more about the votes and voting and people going out, especially young black people. Y'all need to go out there, especially with Stacey Abrams on the line. They already coming out with the smear campaigns. They call her.
We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have an episode about voting and what that really means and how, because that seems to be your main vehicle for change.
Because I mean, it's the only thing that
I disagree. I happen to disagree. So we're gonna dig into that one of these episodes.
And I agree. We should have another episode on it. But just to end it on this, like, I don't think it's like the main change, but I think it definitely is something that you don't have to do that has a big impact. Like, I mean, something that is so little as far as like scratching something on a piece of paper that has impact on your community. I think it's something that anybody can be able to do. Anything else you probably may be asking for too much, like volunteering and shit, but just to go into your local high school, rec center, whatever, just to vote, bro, it ain't that hard.
I mean, shit, there's a lot into that though, because we can vote like the blind, and just be unified and vote blindly, just for what sounds good. Vote for the skin color, or we can try to actually dig into what these motherfuckers is looking to do. Because in my opinion, there's a lot of corrupt politicians out here in every shade, every race. And they get higher and higher up by just getting more and more corrupted. But hey, that's
how we digress. Now, speaking of people who may be corrupt already, all right, this is Cincinnati's own, so I got to give a shout out to him first. You know what I'm saying? This hurt my heart when I saw the interview, but all right, Cat Williams, Avondale's own. You know what I'm saying? Won an Emmy for his great role in Atlanta. It was a surprise win, especially if you've been keeping up with Cat.
He won an Emmy for that?
That role, yep, Alligator Man.
Wow.
Don't say it like that, bro. He's Cincinnati's own.
I'm just saying. Oh, okay.
So
congrats, Cat.
He was on a radio station in Atlanta.
VO 103.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Wait, VO 3.3. The People's Radio.
No disrespect. If we get you wrong, no disrespect.
People's Radio.
But we see you. He was on there going back and forth with the radio host. And the conversation ended up going on Tiffany Haddish. He had a lot to say about Tiffany.
He did have a lot to say about Tiffany.
A lot of negative things to say about Tiffany.
I was getting weak. He said she's had a white man in her entire comedic career. She's had a white husband.
And I thought about that, bro, and I was like, bro, he wilding. But then I thought about, bro, in Last OG, she's got a white man.
Yep.
In this new movie coming out, The Oath, it's a white man. And wasn't she grinding on a white man in Girls Trip?
Yeah, and that show with motherfucking
the Carmichael show?
Nah, not the Carmichael show. Damn, I can't believe I forgot it. He's a deadbeat daddy who just got out of jail.
That's The Last OG.
Oh, The Last OG.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it was a funny thing to him to say because it kind of on her acting side, it does make sense on that side, but in reality, he's just talking out his ass.
Yeah.
And I hated to see it because it's like it's a prominent black male comedian going at an up and coming, rising star in Tiffany Haddish, black woman comedian. We haven't seen a woman rise. To me, honestly, like since Monique. Remember when Monique was everywhere? Like she was like one of the hottest black female comedians. Her and some more probably. When I was growing up. So to see Tiffany, it's like, wow. Or maybe if you want to go back to Whoopi Goldberg when she was coming up too. So to see him talk about her like that, it was just like, oh my goodness. So then I don't know if you saw the Breakfast Club interview with Kevin Hart and Tiffany.
I saw a bit of it.
Kevin Hart went in. He was basically calling out. He came out in an angle that I really appreciated because he didn't come at Kat directly, but he came at what black people do every time they see somebody higher than what they want to be.
Right, and let's break down what Kat really said though, because that her having a white husband was just a portion of it. He was basically saying that there were a lot of other comedians, female black comedians, that he knows personally that deserved what she had or deserved her position in the entertainment business now.
Basically,
that's
he's saying
the gist I got.
Yeah, like he basically saying she ain't as funny as these other people, yet she's getting a bigger light than these other people. these other black female comedians.
And it was because she was marketable.
It was because he said because she was sleeping with the
she
white
was
man.
willing to sleep with white men, basically,
to get her way up. And basically she's been getting easy scripts. Like
That's silly.
He was saying like Girls Trip really wasn't shit. All she had to do was just show up.
Right. He said even the person interviewing him, you could have done that, and it would have done everything it did.
He said when you have Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett Smith, what more can you do?
He said I sold 2 million tickets. That's what Netflix offered me.
No, he again. Shout out to Cat. Like he says that I hate coming at my own, but I gotta call a spade a spade. It's just like, as black people, Kevin Hart's
fuck
right.
you hating for, bro. Get your shit up, like
Kevin Hart was right, bro. And you don't. And how many times have you heard me say that sentence?
He was right on a couple things.
We can't be mad at someone else's success just because we feel like we're not as successful, or we can't get mad at someone else succeeding who we don't have a taste for. It's kind of like the same. It's kind of like if you are lactose intolerant, right? You can't have dairy. That doesn't mean you need to go.
True story about you looking at it.
That doesn't mean that I go. Okay, so you want to read me? That doesn't mean I go to the Dairy Queen and just trash the place. Because if I can't have dairy, nobody else can have dairy. It doesn't make sense. Just because other people can enjoy it doesn't mean that you have to shit on it. Like Tiffany Haddish, is she the funniest person in the world to me? She's probably like not even in my top 10. But I do realize that other people find her appealing and find her humorous and are willing to pay for her. So why would I care what I like when there's other people who like it? Like if you like it, I love it. So go ahead, support her. And then again, she's a black woman who's in comedy. There's not you can't name 10 black female comedians who are in her position. So continue to I want her to flourish because I want other comedians, black women comedians, to come up after her to get those same opportunities that she's getting. And maybe one of them will be somebody who I will be checking for heavily.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't figure out why he was like, I don't know what it was. Because it couldn't have been envy because he's been there before. If it was jealousy, he's been there before and he fucked it up. He went on a down spiral.
And that's another
I just don't know why he felt the need to like have that type of harsh perspective. Even if it was him being real to how he felt, like, why are you feeling like that, my guy? Like, what's going on?
Exactly.
What did she do to you?
It doesn't. The comment was unnecessary. I think he woke on the wrong side of the bed. It was something.
Yeah, he had a coffee and no shades.
He was pissed off from the jump.
I ain't never seen Cat like this.
And I just think that it just shows. It's just a slap in the face for like all of the hard work that women like her do and other black women comedians. Like it just shows that even when you do make it, you still gonna get this slander like you ain't made it yet.
Does this expose a real problem in the black community?
Yes. And I hate the fact that it's coming from black men, but it's one of the real things that, you know, black women have been complaining about with black men for years, is that y'all don't support us as much as we support y'all. And that as what you can see is true. Cause it's unnecessary, bro. It's like why waste that time to give out negative when he could have just said a nice, good quote, positive quote, and then moved on. And then now you had to go to the Emmys and, you know, bow down to her and they take a photo and make it seem like it's all good. Like obviously it's not all good, bro. If you cussed me out yesterday and then
that happened in that order?
Yes, bro. If you cussed me out and said a bunch of shit to me yesterday and then you apologize tomorrow, that doesn't mean we friends by the next day. Like no, It is. You said what you said. You got it off your chest. Now we know how you feel, and now you gonna be looked at as, you know, one of these comedians, like you said, who are jealous and envious of a black woman succeeding and getting an opportunity. It's
not a good look.
It's a bad look.
It's not.
And as black people in general, we need to just start supporting us, regardless if we even not care for the product. Obviously, you want the product to be good, but just because it might not be what you like, that don't mean that you shouldn't, you know. You should talk shit about it. Like I'm gonna go see Night School because I want to support Tiffany Haddish. Like I hope
right. And if it's shitty,
I still,
you're not gonna tell other people not to see it. That's the key.
No, what you do, you should tell them like wait till it gets on Netflix.
Because what I've done, see now you foul as fuck. What I've done is there's been plenty of times where, you know, I've been in business, so I've dealt, like we got our own podcast, we got the music going on, we got the film pillar, we got things going on, so we've dealt with a lot of people, we've worked and collaborated with a lot of individuals. We like to stay in-house, and more so we like to we like to work with other up and coming black entities. When we have a bad experience with them, it's not like, okay, I'm done fucking with these black owned businesses. I'm done with it. No,
I was gonna say, I know you said that, but we have another partner who said that.
Yeah,
exactly.
we do have some of the,
we have a nigga in the house,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, we have that option after we have, because it's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna have bad experiences with whatever race businesses you deal with. So after the fact, don't go on Yelp and give it a bad review. You feel me? Don't like discourage them from getting better just because they're not where you needed them to be at the point where you collaborated with them. Instead, give him that feedback. Tell him flat out, like, look, I was expecting this from you. You didn't get that done. I want to work with you because I like what you got going on, and we both fellow black people. Get there type shit. Like, tell them how to get there. Give them the feedback. Constructive criticism. Don't just bash them and say, "Oh, they shitty. They not where they're supposed to be at right now. They shitball. We're done. But I'm not gonna recommend you to nobody. I'm not working with you again." Which I feel like we'll have the tendency to do if we have a bad experience with them.
With black people, this is the thing that baffles me. It's just like, if you go to a shitty Walmart in an area, whatever area it is, you don't cancel Walmart in general. What do? You go to another Walmart in a different area. Why is it as black people, when we have something that is like, or what we deem as shitty, we want to cancel it, the whole thing? It's like, no. If you don't like something, try something else. Like, it's fine. You don't have to, like you said, you don't have to.
What's the black owned version of Walmart?
Shit.
Title?
I was gonna say Tyrone, who can get you anything.
Barbershop?
Shit, damn, what is the black version of Walmart? Shit, flea market?
We're working on it. Like, shit. We're working our way towards that. But no, I feel you though. I think that's something that we're inclined to do, but we shouldn't have that mentality, honestly, bro. I don't know. I've had my experiences, so it's kind of like it's left me. It's bittersweet for me. I've worked with a lot of black-owned companies, so it's bittersweet for me when they don't perform how they gave me the expectation. It's not like I'm like, oh, you're a black-owned business, I expect you to be perfect when we doing business. No, if you tell me some shit, like, set my expectations correctly. And that's another thing we gotta do. Set expectations correctly, because we don't gotta hype our brand to sell our brand. Just be real. Or do we, Nick?
No, I was like, we have to hype the brand.
Oh my God.
This is the best podcast ever. All right, you ain't gonna hear nothing better than this. I have to say that, because if I say, oh no, we're just a small, humble podcast, we're mediocre at best. Nah, nobody wants to listen to that shit.
I mean, no, you tell them where you're at and then tell them your dreams and aspirations, and then they can help you get there, or you're gonna continue to work towards that. But don't lie and say you are where you want to be.
Okay, so if so let's say when you leave the studio, a black hobo approaches you and says, hey, bro, I have a business opportunity. I've been struggling. I got laid off.
Hold on. Is this a black hobo or a white hobo?
It's a black hobo.
Okay.
I got laid off. My wife cheated on me. I've been living out on the street. I'm asking for $10,000 to invest in me. Are you gonna take that seriously? No, bro. No. You want a guy who's in a business who the presentation is everything.
Well, what do you mean? I'm not. What do you mean I'm not gonna take it seriously?
So you
I'm gonna be like, seriously, get the fuck.
I'm just saying,
shit's gonna get real serious.
I'm just saying, you do have, as black people, we have to, our business front has to be, that's the one thing. Just because you black doesn't mean I support you regardless. It means that I go to you first, because if everything is equal, I'm gonna go with black. That's the reason why I don't have title now, is because
everything's not equal.
Yeah, Apple's giving me the bigger discount than title right now. So,
I mean, shit. Those entities though have established themselves to get in a position where they can be more affordable. Their quality might be able to be better. They can hit deadlines like they promise. We have to get a footnote somehow. We got to get a foot in the hole somehow. You feel me? So, you got to pick and choose. You got to pick and choose. But all I say is, we got to be more accountable for not only ourselves, but for our close friends, our partners, our fellow black-owned businesses. Like, if I noticeably see something like y'all slipping up in y'all work ethic, execution, product, like, I feel obligated to let you know. Like, shit, I'm unhappy with this. If you don't want to do nothing about it, that's on you. But me staying silent is not going to help them.
But you just saying you're going to tell that in person. You ain't going to put it on Yo.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Speaking of black shows that we support, or black things that we support, pause. Power.
It was a big rich town.
If you didn't know by now, we did a lot of filler talk to get into the Coming to a Hood Near You review of Power.
I just come from the poorest part.
Season 5 ended a few weeks ago. I gave y'all this a long time to catch up. Some people I saw on social media who just watched the whole series and caught up in like 2 weeks. So shout out to them.
Legal, baby, I gotta get it.
This was the reason why we're reviewing this one is because I feel like this is one of the few like black shows that's been on for a while that has been keeping up with the hype and has been, you know, putting out quality, you know, efforts and seasons, you know, for the last 4 to 5 years. So this is the first time we're reviewing it, but this is like this is a pivotal season because a lot of black shows don't get past 5 seasons. I mean, look at Martin, look at
This Is Where It Goes Down.
I think even the Wayans brothers, like shut up, bro. Even Fresh Prince, I think they don't even go past, like, a lot of black shows don't get past 5 seasons. So they're going on to season 6. They were already greenlit.
Yeah.
So,
feel me?
What was your all right, so just off the top, what was your reactions of the season?
Season 5. Oof. Fuck Tariq. Tasha is disloyal.
I thought he was gonna do a little bit extra, but go ahead.
I'm tired of Ghost in his antics, but I love that he took a back seat basically all season. Like, niggas was making plans behind Ghost's back all season, and I loved it. Loved it. Damn, I'm gonna miss Kanan. Flat the fuck out.
Hey, R.I.P. to Kanan, bro.
R.I.P. to Kanan. If y'all didn't know, spoiler. Nigga dead. Everything they said that nigga did, he did that shit.
But he dead now.
Who else? Good riddance, Angie.
Woo! I said, how did
Sum
you
it
feel,
up.
bro? So that's it? That's how you just the hot
no.
takes of where the season went?
Yeah, and Tommy's a dumb fuck. Flat out. Tommy's dumb as hell. Tommy used to be one of my favorite characters. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm pro-black, but I'm back to pro-black because he's not anymore. Fuck Tommy. He's a dumbass, bro. And he has been the whole series, but now it really showed.
I would say this. Season 5 was to me, season 5 is arguably the best season of the whole series. I would say season 2 was the best before this. Season 2 was. And I say that because so much shit.
What makes you say that?
So much shit happened in this season that was built up. It was kind of like Game of Thrones. Remember that season that ain't shit really happened until the last 2 episodes, and then the next season following that it was fire, like from through and through. I think that was this past season.
Yeah, debatable.
But it needed to be built up for that season to happen. Everything that's been going on for the first 4 seasons, season 5 basically concludes some stories and also gives you a different. They've changed the whole narrative how this show is going to be looked at moving forward. If you've been a fan since day one, with Tasha yet again trying to either put Kanan in jail or kill Kanan and being successful in it, that was telling of basically who she is as a character and as a person in the show and how influential she's going to be moving forward. With Tariq now trying to become Ghost, that's what he's looking like. He's trying to become somebody who's, in charge and actually doing shit, running shit, or like just getting a piece of his pie for now. That's very forthcoming because I watched a little bit after the final episode of this season where the executive producer, Courtney, she kind of broke down like what the season was really entailing, and the fact that she said that with Tariq being the son of Ghost and Tasha and having Tommy as their uncle, how can he not become one of them? So that was interesting. And then with Tommy, you say that you don't like Tommy. I think this season proved that Tommy is probably the best character in the whole show. Because the best character. And I know I can't be pro-black saying that. But I say best because look at what happened. Look at what's been happening to Tommy since season 2. Ever since he met Holly, like he had to kill his own girl to save Ghost. He had to kill his own father to essentially save Ghost. He sacrificed the most out of anybody this season as far as willfully sacrifice. Obviously with Raina dying last season, that was
what the hell are you talking about?
Listen to me, bro. I'm on a rant right now. Obviously with Raina dying, that was a big loss, but it wasn't a sacrifice. Like, Tommy has had to go through so much shit just to keep things moving, just to be who he is, just to keep the relationships the family that he claims that he has with Ghost, Tasha, and Tariq. Like, he's done so much for them, yet they have not shown him the same type of loyalty as far as in his direction. You've seen how Ghost has tried to manipulate Tommy so many times throughout the whole series as far as to get him to do the shit that he wants him to do that helps him at the end of the day. Yet, when it comes to Angie, he has all the excuses for Tommy not to kill her or not to do something to her. When you see with how Tasha has manipulated Tommy to doing her bidding as well, it's like this nigga's been used as a guinea pig for so much and so long that when you see him shoot, and like he goes down to that staircase to shoot Ghost because he's just fed up with the nigga.
Nah, that shot was for Angie.
Listen, he goes there to shoot Ghost, but I think obviously Angie saw him and moved Ghost out the way, and she took the bullet. But the fact that he smiled afterwards was like, okay, now you know what it feels like to lose somebody that you love because of this shit. Because how many times has somebody told Ghost, stop fucking with this bitch? She's going to bring down everything. Like, literally, if she did not show up to that nightclub that night, bro, would they be in the predicament they're in now? No, they would not be. So, would they have lost so many lives as they do now? No, they would not have. I think that this season is just changed the narrative on so many characters. It's kind of rebooted itself in a way where Ghost, since season 1, has been losing control of not only his company, his empire. He lost the club. I don't even know, is the club a club anymore? Does anybody come in? Because every time they do shots inside of it, it's during the day where ain't nobody in there. So I don't even know if it's still a popping club. He obviously can't even control his household. Tariq been cussing at his ass ever since he found out who Ghost was. He lost Raina. We haven't seen the little one in a long time. I don't even know if this little girl is grown or not. Shit, she's
gone, bro.
Like, where is she?
With her grandmama forever.
I've seen the little girl less than I've seen Lala's son, the one that she always talk about. She needed help raise that you'll never see in the show.
She was like, you don't even ask about that nigga. Tasha ain't not shit. But hold on, let me address a couple things, bro. First off, Holly called a hit on Ghost, and Tommy found out and killed her. That didn't prevent anything. That didn't prevent anything.
First of all,
second off,
no, because you remember
Tommy, his daddy was released to get dirt on Tommy and Ghost. That's what made him dumb as fuck for even trusting him.
But he didn't snitch on him though.
He was going to though.
He did not. He had a chance to. He didn't.
He was going to. Bro was right behind him.
What you mean, bro was right behind him?
His good friend.
He killed his good friend.
He killed his good friend because he was about to expose him.
Expose him as a rat for like what the
His daddy was a rat, bro. Let's boil it down to that.
Okay.
His daddy was a rat.
All right. We are
hold on, all this stuff is things Tommy brought on to himself. Let's keep that in mind.
How? He brought his daddy on himself?
No, Tommy decided to mess with a girl that worked in a club that he ran drugs through. Tommy decided to befriend his daddy, who got out dumb early from some mysterious way and wasn't reading between the lines. Tommy decided to go down there and shoot Angie. That was the smartest thing he did all season, was go and shoot Angie. And it was definitely Angie he was going for because, just like you said, you alluded to the best point. He wanted Ghost to hurt like he has. If he would have killed Ghost, it wouldn't have done nothing for nobody. If anything, he would have had a federal prosecutor witness what he just did, and he was going down.
Ghost was in front of Angie. There was no way for him to shoot Angie.
Yes, there was.
Where he was
Tommy's a dead shot. He was going to pop her in her head.
Tommy's a dead shot? Are you serious? I've seen Tommy shoot. He only shoot up close.
That was up close. That was like a flight of stairs up.
Bruh, that was some Assassin's Creed.
Bruh, if he would have killed Ghost, he was going down. The only reason that they weren't all going down is because, one, Angie was low-key implicated with Ghost. But if Ghost is out of the picture, she's putting Tasha and Tommy down.
Of course.
So there was no reason to kill Ghost in front of Angie. On top of that, he was going for Angie because she deserved that shit.
My thing is, Tommy's never met his father. He didn't even know his father was. I don't even think before that he knew his father was alive, or he just thought he was just away. He finds out who his daddy is. Of course, any natural human person wants to get to know their father, either for good or for worse, like either to validate the thoughts you already had or to hopefully change the thoughts that you have. So I can't really blame him for that situation. Yes, he should have been more like precautious as far as this nigga. Like, I'm not gonna tell him too much about the business. I want to get to know him as a person. But Tommy is who he is. He literally wakes up doing coke. He's not doing anything else with his day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't have another job like Ghost. With Holly, do thugs not get love too, my nigga? Like, he can't like a bottle waitress. He can't fuck around with her.
He killed her
He only killed her because
Any
Tariq was in the
other
car.
Bitch. He was getting pussy besides her. It wasn't until she got in the picture shit started to get fucked up because she was close to the business.
He only killed her because when he found out the hit that she put on Ghost and Tariq was in the car, that they both could have died. That's when he only cares he really only legit cares about Tariq.
Regardless, that hit was called and he couldn't do nothing about it. So he didn't kill her to stop it. He killed her because he was angry and it was emotion. So you're right. He cared about Ghost that much that he killed his girl over that. But his girl was in there talking about, are you gonna take care of Ghost? Like, bitch, you know the feds listening.
But he was supposed to
feds watching. What you talking about?
That's the thing. Like, he was supposed to kill Ghost. Dude called him to say, bro, if you don't kill Ghost, I'm gonna kill you. Like, what are you doing that? Like, of course he was thinking about it heavily. So,
another reason why he got himself in this mess, because he could have walked away from the shit like Ghost was.
How many times did we tell our girl, damn, I want you to just take some initiative sometimes. Just treat me one time. Do something for me. If she would have came back and say, hey, that Ghost situation.
She called a hit, bruh. That's not initiative.
That's it. Calling a hit. Do you know how to call a hit?
Craigslist.
Whatever, bro. All right.
I got a couple numbers on my phone, nigga.
Where does this season rank for you, bro? As far as holistically throughout the whole series.
That's hard to tell because I kind of watch it a little sporadically. I didn't start watching until I think season 2, and so all the season 1 and 2 was season 1 for me. And I don't break it up how you do. You do it so oddly, talking about this is the best one since season 2. Like, it's been a build up, and so those seasons that didn't have much action was laying the foundation for it. Those aren't bad seasons.
I didn't say it was bad seasons, but there's certain seasons that stand out to me more than others. Like with Breaking Bad season 4, with The Wire season 4,
I thought last season was damn good because there was a lot. I mean, shit. Raina got killed. Tommy killed that one dude in front of Proctor.
Yeah, but I'm saying but season 2 was just more of like you saw the intricacies and you were seeing like you saw more shit go down. Like you saw more shit like really happening. Like like the whole scene with Kanan was out of jail, and then that whole scene, like that whole time that Ghost was trying to kill Kanan and all that other shit. Then at the end, Kanan drugged Tariq, and it was just a lot of shit that was going on. You had I think what's her name? Who's the lesbian cop? What was her name? Bootstrap. It was some bullshit right there.
No,
like that season was dope.
But you know what? We're forgetting about Dre. Dre was a pivotal point in this season.
And even the how the character development of Dre.
Yeah, last season was probably the biggest jump. He really started coming in the fold.
But this season you saw like what he's like as a boss. And,
right,
and he's hilarious.
He is hilarious. This nigga kept calling out his homie talking about Francis.
I thought he said Clarence. It was so white ass.
Francis. You gonna do what I say next time, Francis? You gonna take the fucking fries out the oven, nigga, when they hear the first ding.
Bruh,
Francis?
I'll never let a nigga whose nose is that big talk down to me like that.
That shit pissed me off, bro.
He had at least had a boogie on him one time, bro. Just for how much he was flaring his nostrils. Like, nah, bro. I don't give a fuck if we acting or not, bro. Back up. This is the target zone for that shit. But Dre is just like Ghost, but he's like what is it? Ghost Light. Kroger brand. How else do you want to say it? Knockoff.
I mean, Ghost got the last laugh, but I don't even think it was nothing by it wasn't Ghost that beat him. Ghost ain't beat him in the end.
It's because
Tommy did. Tommy and Angie.
Who beat Dre? Nah, they want Dre dead. To me, until Dre,
they could have killed him.
No, but they needed him with the plan, like for the plan to go.
That's
through.
what I'm saying.
For Tommy to have his connect again, he needed Dre to be alive. But obviously, that's gonna come back to bite him somehow, some way in season 6. I
think he's gone.
Nah, he's in witness protection. That's why he got in that van.
Right, I think he's gone. I don't think he's gonna be in the series no more. Maybe once.
Nah, he coming back.
He probably have one appearance next season.
Nah, he got to come back to testify.
Oh shit! You think they're gonna do all that shit?
They got to. Now with Angie, I think all right. So
Angie's
dead.
Angie's dead, bro.
Angie's dead.
She got hit in the solar plex.
I was gonna say she got hit in the clavicle. I'm just throwing out medical terms. So I don't even, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. She got hit in the chest.
Yeah.
Dumb deep.
She donezo.
Left
Are
titty.
you fine with that?
I'm okay with it because your punk ass cousin spoiled that for me in the group chat that we had 2 days before it came out. So I had to get cool with it regardless.
I'm saying, fuck the spoiler. I'm saying, are you okay with her being dead? If she is, let's assume she's gone.
I've accepted it. I've accepted it.
Bro, are you okay with it, bro?
Nigga, I just said I accepted it, nigga.
Nigga, what's that mean?
That means that I'm cool with her not being in the series no more. I can still watch Power and be intrigued by it without her being there. To be honest, she was kind of getting on my nerves. She's
been getting on my nerves.
As far as,
but I'll tell you one thing.
Her always drinking wine and not finish it.
I'll tell you one thing. I wanted her for Ghost more than I did Tasha for Ghost, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm pro-black. But I'm also Hispanic, so shit, it's a win-win.
No, that just shows you don't have no loyalty either way. I was thinking
I have too much loyalty.
I was thinking that too. Like I really wanted Ghost to get back with Tasha, like probably within the first 3 seasons. But after that, bro, after this season, Tasha, bro, I'm not gonna call her that. I was.
What do you think I was about to say?
I thought he was gonna say the W words.
Bro, what is you saying the W word for, bro?
I thought he was gonna call her whore. Okay. Yes, so I was correct.
You were saying white woman, but censor yourself, man.
I was just gonna say, bro, she's just the jackass. That's all I can come up with because. First of all,
she's a slut.
No, she's not.
Flat out.
She wants to be saved, bruh. She's the Mary Jane Watson, and she's looking for a Spider-Man. She wants somebody to put on a cape and save her ass. She tried to do that with Kanan's son, and what happened? He ended up dead. She tried to do that with Terry Silver. What happens? He ended up dead.
He's dead?
He dead, bruh. Ghost choked his ass. He killed him. That's why when Angie was asking, did you kill Terry?
Oh, yeah, it did show that.
He lied to her, and he was like, nah, I didn't. He
said, nah, I didn't touch that man.
He said that like she asked him, did you eat the last piece of chicken? Like, nah, it should be there.
I mean, did you see anything?
Did you check the freezer?
What'd you hear?
Don't look at the trash.
Right.
My thing is like, dog, Tasha been looking for somebody to get up out of here, and she shouldn't. I'm surprised because she came into the series. I thought she was dumb independent. Like they was like, it's like, you know, she was holding down the household and like holding down the financial aspects, and Ghost is out here doing the drug shit. Like, you know, she's counting the money, helping clean the money, and he's the one who's bringing in the money. I thought it was a 2-man house. Like
I thought that for like 1 episode,
but then
then she started fingering herself in front of the driver. Like she was never no hold it down bitch in my eyes.
I thought she was, bro, because she lied on the stand. Like she held it down for her part as far as like not letting go.
And she did because she knew she wouldn't get no bread if she lost Ghost. What does she do?
That's a huge incentive.
What does she do?
That's true. Her mama told her that.
What's her day job?
Her mama said, I don't give a damn if that nigga cheating. You better do what you got to do to keep this marriage going.
That's what her mama said?
Her mama been said it. After she slapped the fuck out of her to wake her up, she was like, nigga, get your shit together. You ain't got shit without this nigga, so you might as well stay with this nigga.
Sounds like her mama's a slut too.
Her mama knows what a good opportunity when she see it. Her mama, if Le'Veon had the same type of mama, he'd be playing right now with a Steelers.
Real talk.
I
don't know what you got to do. Go run that ball, boy.
He losing $800,000, over $800,000 a game. But that's all right. That's the way I'm talking about.
Every play, I'm calculating shit. Like, you know how much money I could have made off that rush?
He's probably losing like $50,000 per snap. But no, I think with Tasha, it's just like she's pissed me off because she's not really self-sufficient. She's really somebody who knows a plug. She's a middleman. She's a middle woman. Like that's what she is. Cause she couldn't kill Angie on her own. She obviously, you saw she tried to bring Tommy into it, and then
couldn't kill Kanan on her own.
Couldn't kill Kanan on her own. She can't raise Tariq on her own. like
and I wish we had a woman on the show to at least defend somewhat of.
I don't think they can.
The women in this show's honor, but we all try to get on Ghost and say he's the one that drove Tasha to do all this finagling and cheating.
No, two things can be true, bro, at the same time. Ghost can be a piece of shit, and she can be a piece of shit, too.
Ghost is a piece of shit, but Ghost was fooling around with one woman who used to be his high school sweetheart. Tasha getting all this new dick, and she ran through about 3 bodies, bro.
To be honest, she ain't no. The thing is, they've become bodies. That's what it is. They've died. they're dead bodies now. It's not because she would have stayed.
That pussy poisonous. That's all that tells me.
She would have stayed with Kanan's son if Kanan didn't kill him, and she would have ran off with Terry Silver's snake ass if he was still alive too. But to me, it's like, bro, I wish Terry didn't come back because I love I love seeing on Instagram those U-Haul memes where it's like this, like with Terry and the motherfucker driving off with his shit after he told Tasha, I'm gonna be back. I'm about to go get some Pop-Tarts. Like, it's beautiful. Like, I wish that was the ending, but the fact that he came back, try to be again Captain Save-A-Hole, like it don't work. It's happened twice. She can't. If a next nigga try to talk to Tasha and be like, oh yeah, what was your last relationship like? Oh, like how do you even explain?
That didn't last long.
That shit was dead.
Yeah. They dead beats.
But it's just like, what? I don't understand what her mindset is like.
Dead.
What is her end goal? Because like she keeps putting her foot in her mouth. Like you think that she's gonna do the right thing. And
she's trying to run off with as much money from Ghost as possible. She could have been done that with the kids. Well, she can't have the kids. It's only one kid because the other one she already gave up. The little one, Raina's dead, and Tariq is on his own. He a grown ass man at this point. We don't know where he went. Tariq ain't a grown ass man. He's still in high school.
He a grown ass man. He didn't get on the bus.
That's a private school.
They was trying to send him to Hogwarts. This nigga left. He got off the platform. And
Ghost dumbass, bro, walked him to the train station doors, then walked off.
Ghost is a horrible father.
Ghost is a terrible father.
He's almost as bad as the father as Liam Neeson was in Taken.
Hey, he came back drunk as fuck that one episode, bro.
He came back with some Jordans.
Why He said, happy birthday, bro. He was like, where were you at?
So what the fuck you saying to me?
I was getting drunk. What the fuck it look like?
Bruh, Ghost was a piece of shit. Like, you lose respect for Ghost. You lose respect for damn near all these characters as the season goes on.
Yeah, you really do. The only person I can really support is Lala. Lala's character.
I can't even support Lala's character because she's just like she's if Tariq is Ghost light, Tasha like Lala's Tasha light. Like
no, she's not.
Yes, she is, bro. She's a
who else she fuck on besides Tommy?
She's a Kroger brand Tasha, bro. She doesn't do anything.
Don't you ever disrespect her like that. She's an Aldi's Tasha, if anything.
She's a motherfucking Big Lots, Tasha. My thing is like with Keisha, Kiki. Does anybody love her? like for real, like
they came through and fucked her life up, running shit through her business.
Now she's unemployed. I don't know what she do for work. Tommy keep coming in and out of her life. I don't even know where her baby daddy.
He was about to off her.
He was literally about to shoot her dead in the chest.
Said, answer this, yes or no.
My thing is,
would you lie again?
My thing is that in that scene, in reality, bro, you can clearly see somebody reaching for a gun and almost pulling it out.
She probably thought it was a blunt.
No, who in the back of the couch?
Whose couch was that?
That was his couch. The way they shot it made it seem like, oh, he was slick with it. But in reality, bro, you can clearly see somebody reaching for a gun and looking at you dead in the eye. Like, get the fuck out of here. And second of all, she should be a lot more savvy about the way the situation that they've put her in. She should be asking for a lot, and she's just complaining about a lot.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I would say, all right, if you want me to testify, I'll testify.
Then again,
give me $50,000, like give me $500,000.
And what if they say no? They gonna kill your ass, nigga. These is a family of killers.
Yeah, but
you ain't pressing down no points or charges for that shit.
But if another body shows up, that's gonna be on them too. Cause every time somebody dies, it goes back to them.
They don't ever get caught, bruh. They've gotten caught with they've gotten away with too many bodies for me to be like, oh, if they kill me, they're definitely going down.
What body do you think? What was the big body that you were like? Okay, if they killed, the fact that he died and nothing happened, that is a shocker.
Shit.
Nobody.
What do you mean? All of them niggas.
Nobody.
Silver. The dude who was doing the work behind the scenes,
all them
Tommy killed in front of Proctor.
All them niggas was loose ends that didn't nobody care for. Like Tasha, Lala's character, like they're going after, they've been questioning her. They're using her as like a bargaining chip. Like if we can get her to talk on the scene, if she say like, then it's a wrap. All them other niggas didn't have
Bruh.
either knew very little or they didn't know anything for real at all.
What?
Her character knows a lot. She knows
Lala does not know that much, bro.
You just said that they laundered business. They had the money.
That was
laundered.
about the extent of what she knew. Besides,
And then she also knows that Tommy killed his daddy, who was a rat for the Attorney General's office. She
doesn't know that.
She also knows that
he didn't tell her.
Yes, he did. She said, "I know what you did. You did what you had to do." That's why another reason why he stayed fucking with her. She also knows that.
I thought he went and told his mama.
She also knows about the gun that Tasha hid.
I need to rewatch it.
The gun that Tasha hid from the cop that they killed, that Tariq shot. She knows about that situation. She knows about a lot of shit. Like if she starts singing, it's gonna be #1 on the charts.
Bruh, if anything, she can't hide from them niggas. If anything, all these other niggas got their own situation going on, like separate from that family. She's so deep in that family that she can't snitch, bro. Or she knows what's going down. She knows what's happening. They know her family too. As much as she knows about them, they know about her. That's not prime bargaining. That's not leverage. She ain't have no leverage for real. They weren't even really asking her ass. They was telling her, "You gonna testify again?"
Because she don't.
You gonna testify again?
Because she doesn't. Because she's not demanding, bro.
Tommy was gonna kill her. That's exactly what my point is. Like he didn't give a fuck about that implications behind
Tommy
that.
killed his own father. He can kill anybody.
Exactly why you ain't testing that family.
No, I'm just saying like he was gonna kill her because of how it could blow back on him. It
All
wasn't
the
about
above.
them. Like he don't give a fuck about
Tasha
Tasha and
killed
Ghost. If she snitched on, said this is all on Ghost, he'll be like, all right, go ahead, do what you gotta do. I don't give a fuck. This is if anything can blow back on him. That's what he care about.
You talking about $50,000?
Speaking of 50, do you think like how like move? All right, let's talk about like predictions for season 6. Like how you see that happening with 50 gone now? Because Kanan actually he started some shit before he died. To be honest, like when he went back to the
Yeah, he started a lot of
that
shit.
mafia
I think
dude.
that was really setting up what the path he was gonna walk is now what Tariq's path is gonna be.
Were you surprised that he didn't kill him?
He didn't kill Tariq.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised, and I mean,
I wasn't surprised.
that pissed me off low key because I was like, good.
I wasn't
Most of these
surprised
niggas
because
getting what they got.
he didn't kill Kendrick. That's why I wasn't surprised.
Because he didn't kill Kendrick.
Because he didn't kill Kendrick. He was starting to show sympathy towards like he killed his own son because he felt like his son betrayed him and he wasn't loyal to him. So what did he want to do in return? He wanted to get Ghost's son to turn on Ghost, and he did that successfully. And he was training the nigga, and he was teaching him how to be like him, similar to what he wanted to do with his son. And I think the fact that Tariq lied and all that shit, I think that hurt him more emotionally than it'll be on some like, oh, you broke the street code, I gotta kill you. Cause that's the type of nigga he is. He's a street code nigga.
It was both though.
But I think the emotion of him, like, you know what, this little nigga, like, it ain't even worth it, bro. It's like I tried, like, I wanted
what?
I wanted because he wanted to have a relationship with him, and then when he saw that he got betrayed by him by another person who he considered a son, it was like, you know what? I think it was more like he just got to the mindset of it's not you, it's me. So I'm gonna go out like how I go out. That's why he ain't give a fuck. That's why he looked at his ass and as he shot the cop, like, you know what, nigga, if you want to be a part of this life, be a part of this life, but you gonna do it without me.
I think he was more looking at it like, damn, nigga, that's some cold shit. Like, if I were you, I would have done the same shit because you got to take out the boss to be the boss. I think that was him setting up Kanan unknowingly was literally like the last lesson Kanan had to teach Tariq to be an OG.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a
be
lesson.
a little gangster.
Why would he want to teach him that lesson where you die? I think it was just,
because he doesn't give a fuck, bro. What was he really living for but just get money?
That's a lot of niggas living for that shit, bro. Like,
I mean,
and he a street nigga, like I said. I think that's why I was saying, like, I think the reason he didn't kill him was because it was just like, bro, like, he just got fed up with the whole game. Like, he just was like, I try to do right by this nigga, and I still end up getting betrayed. Like, it's not going. This is the game. This is the when you go into the street shit. You go out two ways, bro.
Think about it like this: he killed his son because his son was being a pussy in his eyes. That shit Tariq did was the farthest thing from being a pussy you can be in that situation.
Snitching is being a pussy?
Nah, setting up the nigga who's been coaching you, setting up your boss basically. Because at the end of the day, they was getting in business together. So that was his plug. But he took out his plug.
It wasn't a setup for like like I'm gonna take over your territory. It was a setup.
was.
It was a setup like my mama told me to go do this, and I'm gonna listen to my mama.
No,
it was a bitch ass setup.
No. That's how they wanted it to seem. That's how Tasha and Angie wanted to play the thing. Like, okay, we're gonna set you got to choose him over our family. Like, choose to set him up over sending us to prison. He spinned it to his own liking. That's exactly why he was in the conversation with that Italian dude, and then he went back to him to work out a deal for himself, because he's like, fuck, I'm gonna have to make this fit for me. I'm gonna set this nigga up and I'm gonna take over his game, which was the pills. And the dude was limiting him as far as it was with the pills. Like, all that shit was leading up to him and Tyreek hitting a moment where it was gonna test his gangster. And it tested his gangster, and he fucked him up. And that's why I don't think he killed him, because he looked at him like, you's a cold little nigga.
I don't think he looked.
I'm gonna come back for your ass. Got in the car and try to drive off.
I think he looked at him as like, this is the game. Like, this is the life we chose. So now, like, this is the shit that you're gonna deal with. That's why he shot. Like, he wanted him to like really be like, if you can live through this shit, you can live through anything. He wanted to scare that nigga to be like, you gonna end up having to kill somebody.
I highly disagree, but Kanan's an odd ass motherfucker. He done shot his own cousin over Tariq.
He shot a lot of motherfuckers over Tariq.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Tariq.
He loved that nigga.
Tariq might be his actual son.
No, they were twins, bro. Him and Raina were twins. For some reason, they were twins, even though they don't look shit alike.
Who's to say they were really twins then?
The show said they were twins, so it don't make sense. Where does Tariq go from now, bro?
Tariq a young gangster now. He just passed the test. He set up his OG. He's officially.
You just said he's a child. You said he's 16. He can't do shit.
He's officially a YG.
Bruh.
A young gangster.
Hell nah. He ain't 400, bro. He ain't 400 at all. He's still a little bitch ass nigga.
He got 400 pills now. Shit, he gonna be pushing them kids up at his school, or he gonna be in the streets. Either way, he's definitely gonna be doing some street shit from here on out. He's probably gonna get shot, maybe get killed. Tariq don't have a bright future ahead of him. I don't think so. I think he's going to end up clashing with Ghost, and it's going to be them two against each other. Or Ghost will take him under his wing. If he doesn't, the former will happen.
Who, Tommy will take him under his wing?
No. If Ghost doesn't take Tariq under his wing, they're going to clash.
They already clashing now.
No. They don't. They clash like on some, you my dad, and I don't fuck with you because you're not a good dad type shit, and you won't teach me the streets. I'm talking about clashing on some Dre and Ghost shit. Like, they want to kill each other.
Oh. I mean, shit. So that's your prediction for season 6?
That's my prediction for season 6. Tariq gonna be a young gangster. Angie is gonna be dead, and Ghost and Tommy are gonna be forced to get back in business together.
I think Ghost and Tommy's relationship won't be repaired throughout that whole season. I think they'll be the one to actually clash. I think Tariq is gonna learn a lot about what it's like to be on his own in the drug game. I think Tasha is gonna look for another nigga to get her up out of that situation.
Yet another one.
I think Lala's gonna end up dying because of some Tommy shit. And Tommy won't raise her son. And what else? And I think we're gonna really miss Kate. I think you're still gonna feel Kanan's presence somehow, some way in season 6. It's his show, bro. He gonna make something. He gonna have hella flashbacks.
I was about to say he might have a flashback in the motherfucker.
Or somebody from his side. Some
maybe he had a twin. Maybe he had a twin, and that's why Tariq is his son. Type shit.
Bro, chill out. First of all, if they have a twin 50, bro, I'm stopping the show from then on out, bro. I'm like, all right, bro, you guys are jackasses, and you set this whole out for this bullshit. I'll be highly pissed.
It'd be a twist.
So how you what you think about the season out of 10?
Out of 10. I'd probably give it a solid 8. Shit, I was thoroughly enjoying myself every Sunday that came by.
I say it was a 9. Yeah, I say it's a solid 9. What did you hear anybody like the feedback so far, like as you were watching the season, like people saying it was shitty? Because that's the one thing I wanted to address. Like, people always like, I hate how the type of era we're in, where if every episode isn't like a season finale, it's trash.
I feel like this season was that though. Every time a new episode came out, people were saying, "Oh, this is the best one yet. I saw the
best one yet." People were saying like it was real dry. it was like a bunch of filler episodes until like the last 3 episodes. I was like, for real, the last 5 episodes was fire. The season premiere was really good. I thought the story was being told very well for 10 episodes, or how many episodes they have this season.
Well, maybe that's I don't know. I don't know what pages you follow or what type of feed you get, but mine has genuinely been positive. What I've seen as far as like people talking about it. That's why I was on it every Sunday, because when I was seeing the reviews, people were like, "This is the best episode yet, best episode yet," and they was getting at it early, like they was getting at it Sunday midnight type shit. But me, I would watch it Sunday night, but. I don't know. I was seeing generally good things about it. I wasn't seeing too much bashing of this season in general. Last season I did, but yeah, that's why I'm giving it a solid 8, just because, shit, I didn't want Kanan to go, and I think Angie could have gone worse. That little silent pew, that pissed me the fuck off, bro.
Nah, I mean, I think this season showed that because I've seen people complain about the writing with Power, like it's too easy, predictable. I was like, this season I couldn't predict much for real, except for when your cousin gave me that spoiler. Fuck you to Doe again, okay, for being a jackass.
Yeah, he's a jackass. He called me up and he was like, bruh, I had to ruin it for you since it got ruined for me. I'm like, bruh, that's the most cancerous thing I've ever heard in my life.
But I think that this is a spectacular show. I think season 6 will be even. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how they follow up season 5 with season 6. But I really think they need to start learning. It needs to end somehow, some way, though. Like I don't want to go into. I don't want this to go past like 7 seasons, because there's not really that much story left. Like it's so much shit that's been going on. Like it has to crumble at one point.
Well, I mean,
you can't just keep, and then because if you keep the same shit going on and on, it's gonna be a soap opera. It's not gonna be like a legit like, oh, I'm in tune. It's more like, oh, it's just more of the same. True. So the fact that they killed Angie is saying something to me. Like I'm excited for season 6, but I hope this is the last season, or like next season, the last season.
I'm excited for next season, but I'm not so set on like trying to put a 7-season limit on it. I don't believe in that shit. I say take it as long as you can take it until the wheels fall off. Honestly, until the show is shitty, don't stop this shit, because everybody's on board right now, and only more people are gonna get on board. Like that end on a high note shit. That shit is so overrated. And it's honestly a flawed concept to try to end on a high note. Like, who would ever do that in history? Actually end when they're on a hot streak. Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Chappelle did.
And look what happened.
What you mean?
He regrets that shit.
No, he don't, bro. He got $40 million.
He was in an interview and they said, "How do you feel about turning down that $50 million?" He was like, "Shit, it was $50 million. What the fuck you think I feel like?"
But he would have done it again.
That doesn't mean he doesn't regret the shit.
He regrets not having $50 million. He don't regret not turning down the deal.
He regrets handling it how he handled it. That's what he said. So whether that means he took the deal and finessed it, didn't take the deal and still kept doing comedy and didn't run off to Africa, whatever he wanted to do, he's shared regret for how he handled that situation. Thus, why I say anybody who's ever gone out on a high note regrets that shit later, because it's like, bro, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving opportunities on the table. Like, I don't know. It's just foolish. It's silly to me.
I'm the advocate of always making the viewers want more.
Yeah, that's dumb though. I almost say dumb. What the fuck would you do that for if you got opportunities like to make something from, like, especially if you built this from season 1? Like, we ain't know it was gonna become this. Why wouldn't you take it as far as you can possibly take it? Shit, keep throwing curveballs at us. Keep throwing twists in the series for us. Like, you don't got to stop nowhere and conclude it all like it's one happy gift. It's not. Shit's supposed to be real. This shit is not just a show. I know you've seen them Instagram videos where Tariq was in the elevator and the dude, dude turned to us and like, bro, I want to whoop your ass right now, bro. It's taking everything in me not to. It's not just a show.
No, those are
this shit is life.
And
life don't stop. Why the show got stopped?
Those are insane people, bro. That doesn't represent the average viewer.
I'm a fanatic fan.
I wanted
when something's going good, I want more. Don't stop it just because it's you done with the shit. Nah, keep it going for me, if not for anybody else.
Okay, so that's very selfish reason.
Shit.
I wanted to give a quick thought, because I was thinking about we could probably follow up another episode to review this series as well, Insecure. I just want to get I don't know if you've been keeping up with it lately.
I haven't seen maybe the last episode.
I saw the last episode, the most recent one that came out. so far this season, I think we're gonna do an episode. We're gonna cover it all. We gotta have women on that one. But I think that so far this season, it's been cheeks.
I've actually enjoyed this season because I like the fact that Issa's getting the shit that she asked for. Not asked for, but put on herself. And I like the motherfucking the contrast that she was talking about settling in the first season and the second season, settling with her nigga. And yet she's living on some other nigga's couch with a shitty job, can't do it, and not doing shit with her life, basically. I think that's an ironic twist.
I say that the season has been cheeks more from...
I'm enjoying it.
Not to say that I don't enjoy it, but I don't understand what the purpose of this season was. Like, when I'm thinking about it holistically, it's like, what is really getting accomplished? Like, the best thing I've seen so far is that she just quit her job, her shitty job, and she's trying to do something for her community. Outside of that, there's nothing been progressive about this season. Like...
Well,
what about this season stands out to you? It doesn't. I mean, the fact that they kept Lawrence off for the first half and brought him back, and we realized, and the whole time he was gone, he was just fucking bitches. Like,
that's the episode I seen when she walked in the store and Lawrence was there.
Yeah, like
that's the last episode I saw. Was there one after that?
Yeah, it's like two after that actually. It's just like, but nothing really happens. Like, you can see it for yourself, and you can tell me if you find something different. But I don't really think nothing really happens. It's just like the season has been real meh. Like, it's been good. It's been decent television, but like the first two seasons were like so fire, and now this season is just like, I don't know if they've been experimenting with like how they gonna do the storytelling, or I don't know if they changed writers, but it hasn't really been that like riveting for me right now.
I mean, I think the first couple seasons had a lot more drama in it, and even a touch of scandal, you know, with Issa cheating. With Molly being in I don't know if I want to call it a relationship, in a fuck situation. She
was in a fucked up situation.
She was in a fucked up situation with a married man, and so it had a little bit of scandal in it. Whereas these episodes, it's a little bit more low key and showing like, I think it's more showing the human side of all these characters. Like, shit's not gonna always be scandalous and shit like that. They're just going through some hard times.
No, I'm not
Flat
saying
out. They all going through some rough shit.
Yeah, I'm not one of those.
And they're showing the real side of it.
Those viewers who needs like shit to pop off like how season 1 and season 2 was. It was just more like I was expecting more growth and somewhat development holistically with the whole cast. Like, I wish this season was more about like showing more of the world of like, where does Issa's background and more of her friends. Like, you've seen that, but like you don't really get that more in depth with like all her friends and shit like that, and where she comes from, or even her brother. Like, go into that a little bit more. I like the fact they show Kelly a lot more and Tiffany, but even then it's still kind of mysterious with Tiffany and her husband's relationship. And if you watch, there's a couple episodes you haven't seen the last two, but like their relationship, I want them to just focus on that for a whole episode, just like how they did Issa one time. Like, I want to see how that really is. And Kelly, what is Kelly like on a normal day when she ain't out and about with her friends and, you know, just being like the charismatic, outlandish, you know, friend?
Well, I mean, I think
because right now Issa's relationship status is just like it's more the same.
That's interesting you say that.
Molly's relationship status is more the same. It's like
the growth, I think, has been like there for better or for worse. Like, it's growing towards something. I'm not saying growth as in these characters have been getting more, you know, getting in better situations for themselves or anything. I think it's just moving in a certain direction for all of the characters. Issa I think she's becoming more aware that she's not doing well her damn self, so she can't be passing on judgment like she was. I think bruh, who was making the what's the dude she was living with?
Daniel.
Daniel.
See, like, what was the point of him being in the season? Like,
I think Daniel's realizing that he's in a industry that he's not willing to even put up what it takes to get there, for the simple fact that he ruined his only chance. You feel me? One of his chances to actually get in a scene with a big artist type shit, and he wasn't willing to take that leap just because he felt it compromised him or compromised the integrity of what he made. Molly, she's in a whole new workspace where she's dealing with now a black firm that still isn't right for her, and so she's still continuing to learn what she likes and learning to stand up and having that have affirmative action, and seeing how cutthroat that firm can be.
But it ain't really cutthroat. I don't know.
I mean, it's cutthroat to the point where she has to speak up. Like, she's not going to get anything handed to her. She has to really speak up and get this shit. And somebody else will take it from her if she lets them.
She's been passive. Like, we've seen her speak up before, but she's just been passive because she wants to be liked. And that's the thing. It's just like, what is this all Like, the pot is bubbling. What are you about to put into it?
What direction is it going towards? That's what I'm saying.
This is the season finale's coming up this Sunday, or like this upcoming Sunday. And it's like, I'm not really... we spent 8 episodes. We spent 7 episodes for what? That's all I'm really asking, and that's the reason why I think it's cheap. Like I would say this: the production quality is look good, the shots look good, the music's been on fire. This is probably the best music they've had. But they're building up something there, and maybe it's just me speaking too prematurely because I haven't seen the season finale. But it's just like 7 episodes, and I really don't like. You can't really say nothing.
Here's where it's building up to. Issa is going to. She's headed to rock bottom. She's already hit a bottom, but she's going even lower. Molly, I think she's going to go be the opposite, polar opposite. I think she's going to hit a high and actually find her niche in that black firm, or unless this shit has changed.
You have to watch
those last 2 episodes.
You have to watch the last 2 episodes.
The last thing I seen was who is that? What's the girl's name who has the baby now? So she feels left out.
Tiffany.
Of shit. Tiffany, yeah. You want to hear more about Tiffany, bro? Fuck her and her life.
I said, all right, slow down. I was trying
but she's not, I mean, she.
No, I'm saying her relationship with her husband. Like, you don't really see them interact like that much. And they're about to have a baby. And, like, he be saying some sus things here and there. I don't know if it's just me picking up on the way he talk. Like, the way he says things to other people, it just sounds like he's leading something. Like, he's saying something without saying something. And then, like, her relationship, like, I think you're starting to see her break down a little bit more as far as like her not being that perfect, happy, wife that she's pretending to be. But I want to see more of that. I don't want to, like, we've had 7 episodes where I've even seen Issa live with a nigga and then not live with a nigga, and how that didn't mean anything. And then I don't see a whole situation where her best friend or one of her closest friends is about to have a baby and like her life is changing, and we just get a Coachella episode out of that. Like, it's just like,
I mean, no, that was the growth though that Issa went through, living with Daniel and then moving out. And honestly, the moving out for her on paper was not a good decision, but she took that risk. It was a leap of faith, and that is growth that I saw in her, because she's had a lot of opportunities to take a leap of faith, and I don't feel like she's had the guts to do it until this season. Quit her job.
And when
move out.
Let me when I say growth, I guess I really am meaning like growth within the series, not really within like Issa and Molly. Like, I want to see the series move forward in a direction where it's like I'm still learning about the show. I feel like right now it seems like I learned everything I need to know about the show, and there's not much else to know.
Well, it's not going to be a power. If anything, this is going to be closer to a soap opera than anything. Yeah, this I see potentially going seasons on seasons on seasons on seasons.
Well, she said
because it's not working.
Well, she said that she's not trying to do that. Like, she doesn't want to be like on for a bunch of seasons, like saying with these same characters. So that's why I'm thinking like, okay,
yeah, she'll probably switch it up. But I think Insecure has longevity in it.
Does she end at like? The way she talked about it in like certain interviews, she was like maybe like season 4 might be the last season, maybe season 5, but it's just like so far in season 3, like I'm not really like what I don't really know what. There's a lot that I'm still asking for when I had 7 episodes that didn't really give me that much, except for Lawrence is back.
Well, shoot, I think that's more reason why she's full of shit, and she's gonna keep the series going because she's not gauging enough momentum to have a big season 4 series finale. She's just not. Season 5 series finale. Like, it's not. She has to have a lot more built up and a lot more that has happened before you have one of those finales like Power did. Power's been cramming shit.
Oh, okay. So that's why you're saying it's going to go long.
Yeah, that's why I say it's going to go long because, I mean, it's not building up that much speed per season.
And maybe, again, I got to watch the last we got to, watch the last episode and
yeah,
maybe I'm just talking out my ass and shit. By the time I see the season finale, I'm like, okay, this is the best show on HBO type shit. But right now, Ballers is killing it for between them two, in my opinion. I've seen more growth in Spencer.
I gotta watch Ballers too.
In Spencer than I have in Issa. So,
the 30-minute shows.
But then again, this is the show for black women, so obviously I probably won't see it.
Polar opposite though, Ballers. Whew. Everybody tune in to Ballers, starring Dwayne Johnson
and Denzel's son.
That's sad.
His name. He a good actor. He was.
What's his name?
He held it down in Black Klansman. John David Washington. But he goes by. He don't go by JD. He go by John. He one of them niggas that go by his full name.
John Jacob Smith.
But oh yeah. So shit. All right. That was a good talk. That was a good talk. We probably won't even have to go over Insecure because we went over a lot, but we'll figure out something. We still got a season finale. You got something to promote, right? Something coming out real soon?
Y'all, we've been chipping away. Let me get my narrating voice down. Coming to a stereo.
You don't have to look at me, bro. You're on the mic, so they're listening.
Damn, nigga, can I focus? Move you. All right. Look, y'all. My bad. Spaghetti Junction. If you don't know, this ain't the only shit we do. Basically, is what I'm getting at. Like, we not only on the motherfucking mic for the podcast, just talking our shit. We're also talking our shit in rhythms and cadences, and we're talking our shit pre-written on scripts. So first and foremost, Spaghetti Junction releasing beep. On that day. I need all y'all to tune in to iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music. What else? Go to your local QTs. I'm going to be there passing CDs out. I'm sending personalized text messages to everybody I know. And I'm promoting this shit on Facebook. Y'all going to get y'all piece. Y'all going to get y'all chance to hear it, and I advise you do because we've been chipping away at this for a good while now, a couple seasons now. And I just want to give y'all a little bit of what we feeling now that we're in Atlanta. That's why we call it Spaghetti Junction. Look, we're new to the city, but we ain't new to the game. And we giving y'all the real shit. Ain't that right, Nick? You heard a little bit of it.
Nah, yeah, I like the project a lot, and obviously I'm heavily biased, but I still try to be objective when it comes to certain music, especially if I'm closely related to it. But I think it's a really interesting tape, and y'all should definitely check it out.
For all your intel, go ahead and visit www.moonmusic.com, and that's music, MUZIK. Or you can follow us on Instagram at The Moonmen, and that's THAMOONMEN. And you can follow me, when I'm back in town, as SWAFF, SWAFFFF. It's 4 Fs.
You can follow me at WESISI11 on Instagram. We on Twitter, folks. Follow us on Twitter. We saying a lot of shit on there, so hopefully you'll be entertained at NDR513. You can also follow us on Instagram at NDR513. And we were speaking about black entities and stuff that we trying to support. So shout out to the Dead End Studios, the Dead End Hip Hop crew, for having us, letting us record here. And shout out to all the black podcasts in Atlanta. I think I can't name.
That's
all
work.
I can't name all of them, but I'm listening to a lot of y'all. And I try to follow y'all and interact as much as I can. Shout out to all the black podcasts just in the country in general. We listening. We trying to work. So hopefully we can get some back and forth content with each other. But that's us for this week. Anything else you want to say, bro?
Nope. All I ask is sign up for the list, email listserv on www.moonmusic.com, y'all. It's real. We even getting out. We might be giving out a couple goodies, couple giveaways. Maybe put something on your head. You feel me? More tune for your head top.
And with that being said, that's us for this week. Holla.
Peace.